You've had 10 years to watch this tribute to you and your ideas. What are you waiting for? He asks.
The world to go away, so I have enough time to do things like that. But actually, I probably never will. I never watch or listen to tapes, videos, or anything of my own what I'm doing. About all I can. I just don't like to see them or hear them. The only thought that comes to mind is, should have done something different or better or whatever. Also, I don't feel. I think there's something. I mean, Mark tried very hard, and I think largely succeeded in overcoming a extremely natural, almost inevitable tendency of the medium, and that is to personalize everything. And I think that's quite wrong. I mean, every talk that he saw, or every event that he filmed, was something where I was a participant. I mean, somebody else was doing all the work and doing the important things. Most of them are like talks or meetings with groups that are organizing something, like a keynote address for some fundraiser for some organization. Well, those are the people who are doing things. I mean, the way I can participate, I can't help them do what they're doing. I'm not there. I'm not very good at it anyway. The way I can participate is by bringing whatever I can bring, which is analysis, documentation, that kind of thing. But that's just like, it's less important than handing out leaflets. So I'm a participant in these events. And the fact that the medium is constructed in such a way that I become the focus is highly misleading. And I get a queasy feeling every time I see it. And I think that's part of the reason I don't like to look.
Well, I would disagree with you, but that's not my role today. Only to say that I think that you crystallized an idea for the organizers to organize behind.
Yeah, but that's participation in their activity. If they're not going to do anything, it doesn't make any difference if I tell them something they happen to believe. I mean, if somebody comes to a talk or attends a meeting and decides, sounds right, and then goes home and does something else, you just wasted your time.
What impact has the film had on you personally and on the public, do you think?
Well, I mean, I know a lot about this because I get a huge flood of email. In fact, every time it's being shown somewhere, I know where it is because the mail starts pouring in. So it's not a scientific sample, of course, but you get an impression of the kind of impact it's having, and the impact is apparently far-reaching. A lot of people write, that it changed the way they think of things. I mean, a very common response is, I thought I was the only person in the world who thought things like that, and it's amazing to discover that there are others, and it's kind of empowering to feel that I'm not off on Neptune somewhere. And a good deal of the intellectual culture, including the media, has the effect, and I presume the purpose, of marginalizing people. It makes them feel alone. The media message is of two kinds. One is, you be a consumer. Your only purpose in life is to buy things you don't want. And I'm going to create what the PR industry calls fancy needs, and your job is to satisfy them. And outside of that, you're not supposed to be involved in anything else. It's none of your business what's going on in the world. Just let the smart guys, the powerful smart guys, run the world. You do your job the way you're told to do it. Don't raise any questions about having a role in how your own, say, production unit or anything else ought to be organized. That's certainly not in affairs of state. As a citizen in a democratic society, your responsibility is to show up every couple of years and pick one or another leader who represents the same powerful interests, and then go home and buy more shoes. That's basically the message. And we know it's conscious. I mean, if you read the literature for 80 years, it's pretty straight conscious about this. The PR literature, the business literature, even the intellectual and academic literature. Actually, the title of this book, of this film, comes from Walter Lippmann, the leading public intellectual and media figure of the 20th century, and he was advocating. He was saying back in the 1920s that the manufacture of consent is a new phase in the art of democracy, and it is necessary because the responsible men, meaning me and other people like me, we have the duty of running the world. We carry out the analysis, we make the decisions, and we have to be protected from the rage and trampling of the bewildered herd. That's all those guys out there. We have to, their role is to be spectators, not participants in action.